Hello and welcome. My name is Xander. I will be your instructor through this tutorial. Now, this tutorial is actually part of a whole course which you can access the first stages for free here on YouTube. Now, in this tutorial, I might mention resources and other tutorials. Do check out the link in the video description, which will take you to the playlist, and also there will be a link to the resources so that you can access and follow along here on YouTube. Now, if you like this course, you found it useful, and you want to take that next step, you can find this course over at Udemy. All the links to the resources can be found in the video description. Now, don't forget, also subscribe to the channel for weekly promotions, discounts, and free course giveaways. Now that we've learned how to insert individual and multiple records into a table, let's take a look at updating existing records. The update statement in SQL is used to modify existing records in tables. It allows us to change the values of one or more columns for one or more rows in a table. So if we take a look at the basic syntax of the update statement, we have the update command, we specify the table name, and then we use the keyword set. The set keyword is used to specify the columns we want to update and the new values we want to set for those columns. Now, we will need to specify, and this is the crucial part of an update statement, we will need to specify or define which rows should be updated. It may be an individual row, it may be multiple rows. So we need to include a where clause where we need to specify which rows should be updated. If you don't include a where clause, all rows in the table will be updated. We will talk more about the where clause in the next module, I think it is, but the general principle here is the where condition is going to allow us to specify, in this case, which rows should be updated. Now, the update command can be used in many different scenarios. In this example, in this tutorial, we'll take a look at basic use of update on maybe single and multiple rows. But once we start to delve into joins and subqueries potentially later on in this course, hopefully I will try and remember to include some examples of using updates using those different techniques, tools, and features when querying the database. Right, so we're going to need some data to begin with for us to update. I have accidentally come out of the database. If you happen to do that, the commands are here in the first section for you to log back into your container and then connect if you have already forgotten. And then you need to remember to connect to the inventory database so that we can work on the correct database. So let's now bulk insert some data back into the category table. We are using the category table for these examples. You can apply this knowledge to other tables in our database. Okay, so we have some data now in our database. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and select all from category. I keep forgetting that semicolon. Let's have a look. So we have some data here. So we have a name. So let's go ahead and see if we can make some changes. Right, so let's use the update command. Update, we want to specify the table where we want to make the update. And now we can go ahead and set, like it says here in the example, let's set the isActive equals false. Okay, so at the moment you can see that all of the categories are set to isActive true, which in the context of maybe our application means that our application will return all of these categories to the user. So we want to maybe turn off one of these categories. So we want to change the isActive to false. So we set isActive to false, and then we need to specify a single or multiple rows where we actually want to make this change. So this is where we need the where clause, and we're going to specify the name in this case, and the name will be electronics. So equals, and then let's specify electronics. Okay, so once we finish with that, semicolon, we'll finish and run that. So we have one update. So now we can go ahead and inspect the table once again. So select all from category. And you can see now the electronics record has now been changed to isActive_false. As we start to learn more about where clause later on in this course and how to filter data, you will start to see how you can create much more complex statements to select multiple single records from your database which meet a set criteria or specification. Trying to keep it simple at this point, let's see if we can change all the records where isActive is false, because remember now we have changed a record to isActive_false, the electronics record. So let's see if we can select only the records that have isActive to true. So we're going to make changes to this statement here to update multiple fields. So we're going to set the level to 3. This is just an example. So we're going to set level to 3 where the isActive is true. So where the isActive field is set to true. Okay, so where the isActive field is set to true, which is all these records here highlighted, that's going to change the level to 3. So let's copy and paste that in. Okay, so it looks like we have some sort of error here. And the error here is going to be because we have this semicolon, I would imagine. So let's go ahead and try that again. And this time we have made the update. So let's go ahead and check out the select all from category. Don't forget the semicolon. And you can now see we have updated all the records where isActive equals true. Now, to give you some inspiration of some of the different filters and actions that you can take, I have added some additional statements here, which may or may not work with the data that we have in the database, but they are there to try and really showcase the different approaches that might be used when using the update statement, like I've specified here. So we haven't discussed subqueries yet or joins, so I don't expect you to fully understand that, nor should you at this point, but maybe later on, as and when we do learn that knowledge, you can swing back here and take a look at these different examples. Right, so we have the first example and second example where we looked at changing an individual and multiple records. Now, something I was meant to bring into the queries earlier was the returning clause. So here in PostgreSQL, the returning clause is used to retrieve values from the rows that are modified. And this can be really useful. When you perform an operation, you can then return those rows and inspect the changes, for example. So here, using the DML, data manipulation language query constructs such as insert, update, and delete, we can return data or specified column values from the rows affected by the query. And that is done immediately after the query has been completed or executed. So let's use the previous command here, the update, and let's set the level to 4 now. So we're just going to change the same records again, but update the level to 4. But this time you can see that we're returning the ID, the name, and isActive of the records that have been changed. So let's give that a go. I'm going to paste that in. And you can see that we have an issue here because I've made changes and I haven't correctly formed the statement. So I don't need the semicolon there. I think that is an obvious mistake. So let's paste that back in. And there we go. So we now have returned the ID name and isActive as specified so that we can see the changes that have been made. I say see the changes that have been made, but it would be a good idea, of course, to also include level, which you probably have in your examples now. I didn't originally, so let me do that one more time. And now we can actually see the changes that we've made, the level. So the SQL update statement is used to modify existing records in the table. You can change one or more columns for one or more rows based upon specified conditions. Needless to say, this tool is very powerful, used to modify data in the table, and that should be used very carefully, especially when dealing with large data sets or making changes to many rows at once. As I alluded to, using the update command really requires deeper knowledge of the filtering process required to actually select the data we want to actually make changes to. And as we get deeper into this course, of course, we will learn those skills.